Good evening, everyone. Prior to tonight's game, the Bandits Junior and Lacrosse team would like to honor 5 key pieces up to our team as they finish their junior lacrosse careers at the conclusion of this season. The Bandits would like to thank you all for your immeasurable contributions to our team on and off the lacrosse court. Your presence will be surely missed on the floor, in the locker room, and in the Bandits community. I will call each player over individually for a photograph starting with number 5 from Brookfield, Nova Scotia, playing 1 year with the Bandits, Landon Ryan. We've got some flowers to present at the end, is what I'm told, so thank you, Landon. Next, we have acquired recently at the 2026 trade deadline, finishing his career with his friends, number 16 from Porters Lake, Ryan Ladd. Next, we have acquired at the 2023 deadline, playing 2.5 seasons with the Dartmouth Bandits, number 11 from West Porters Lake, Nova Scotia, Noah Lacombe-Petrie. Next, we have playing all 5 seasons with the Bandits, Bandits assistant captain from Porters Lake, Nova Scotia, number 6, Ethan Firth. And finally, I would like everyone to honor a special 5th-year bandit in absence tonight. An active Canadian Air Force member posted in Vancouver Island, British Columbia, playing sparingly but dominant when he was active, accumulating 37 points in his 8 games this season, from Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, number 9, Seamus Long. Thank you all, enjoy the game.
And good evening, lacrosse fans, and welcome to this Friday night action on the final day of the ECJLL regular season for this do-or-die matchup between the Dartmouth Bandits and the Sackville Wolves. As we've learned, the Sackville Wolves have locked up the 2nd position here for the ECJLL playoffs heading in the quest for the Garnet Knight Cup. As for the Dartmouth Bandits, they have all of it on the line here tonight. It's a do-or-die situation. If they win, they're in. If they lose, they go home packing. We'll see if they can pull off the upset or if the Wolves could shut down their season. As we get set for the opening draw, it is number 10, Carter McNeil, taking it for the Bandits. And the ball is goosed back and picked up by Captain Ben Barrero. Barrero bringing the ball up and looking to kick off the offense. He dishes it off to Oliver Scotland. Scotland over to Parker McConnell. Parker McConnell being shadowed there by Nolan Murphy. He dishes across to newly acquired Zach Morash. Morash down low to Ethan Firth, who looking across the floor there, couldn't find a body cutting through the middle. So Lacombe-Petrie gives it off to Ethan Firth. Firth looking to dive behind the net, doesn't go. But the ball's picked up here by the Sackville Wolves. It'll be number 20, Jackson Heaslip, bringing it up for the boys in white. Heaslip hands it off to the all-dangerous Josh Hollett. Hollett surveying his options. He cuts towards the middle. Hollett playing pick and catch there with number 11, Finn St. Hilaire. But he was all wrapped up there by Gregor Beek. So that was Andrew Collins, number 22. Collins bringing the ball up, dishing off to number 23 for the Bandits. There would be, we don't have a name for yet, must be an affiliate player. The ball's dished across the floor there to Oliver Scotland. Scotland fires a rip down low. Save made by number 30 in goal for the Sackville Wolves, be Aiden Doyle. As the ball is brought up here by number 24, Aiden Lavelle, an AP player for the Sackville Wolves. He dishes off to number 10, Matt McCarron. Karen up to Josh Hollett. Back down to Matt McCarron. He has an ISO on him right now, but playing pick and catch with Josh Hollett. McCarron gets underneath. McCarron in front, fires, and a save made by Mitchell Gwen McLean. Manning the cage here in lieu of TJ Cornell-Nixon, who has been fantastic all season for the Bandits in their push to the playoffs. As the ball's moved up here to Nolicom Petra. Petra across the floor to Zach Morash. Morash over to Parker McConnell. McConnell getting over the top, looking to fire and can't get a rip off. As he is stripped there, and it'll be number 12 bringing up Etienne Chenal. Chenal is stripped there by the Bandits. He had a 1-on-3 situation, couldn't get through. The ball's moved up to Parker McConnell, who's pressured there by his teammate on Dalhousie Lacrosse, Nolan Murphy. But escaping danger there was number 15 in red. He dishes across to Oliver Scotland. Scotland being shadowed there by number 20, Jackson Heaslip. He dishes down to Ethan Firth. Firth across the floor there to Nolicom Petra, who fires a sidearm rip, doesn't go. And an underhand rip from Ethan Firth doesn't go as well. And the ball will be brought up here by Nolan Murphy. Murphy dishing it over to number 11 there, Finn St. Hilaire. Shoots it across to number 4, Carter Monroe. Monroe has been very dangerous this year for the Sackville Wolves, as he has been in previous years. As the ball's now down with Matt McCarron. McCarron has two people on him, dishing it off to Finn St. Hilaire, but can't get it through. And the Bandits playing some tight defense here tonight in their push for the playoffs. Eric Tuber will bring it up here for the Dartmouth Bandits. Tuber dishing it off to number 8, Oliver Scotland. Scotland has Zach Morash joining him. He fires a rip, sidearm doesn't go as it sails past the post of Aiden Doyle. And back all the way down the floor, and there will be a back over call charged to the Dartmouth Bandits. So the Dartmouth Bandits here putting everything they've got into their defensive structure. They have been fantastic locking out the top guys for the Sackville Wolves. As Josh Hall with it now, playing pick and catch with Matt McCarron. Josh Hall across the top, fires, and Mitchell Gwen McLean makes the save as he fires. He almost got caught there in the 4-second violation, but the ball is picked off by Josh Hollett on the pass from number 22, Xander Collins. Josh Hollett waiting for his offense to join him back. Now the ball with Carter Monroe. He dishes down to number 16 for the Sackville Wolves was Cameron McRae, but here comes Josh Hollett. Hollett in, fires down low, and the ball is loose, but picked up here by goaltender Mitchell Gwen McLean. As Captain Ben Barrero will start us off here. Barrero hustling down the floor as he finds Oliver Scotland coming off the bench. Scotland being pressured there by number 7 off the bench, Mason McNeil. Here comes Oliver Scotland, crease dive, doesn't go, but a great effort there from number 8 in red. The ball's going to be brought up here by number 7, Mason McNeil. McNeil, a former Mi'kmaq Warrior, was traded a couple seasons ago, winning a championship with the Sackville Wolves last season. As number 11 with it now, Finn St. Hilaire. He dishes over to number 6, Nolan Kennedy. And a shot here from number 13 there was Jack McKay, doesn't go. He was stoned right after taking that shot. A great hit there by the Bandits defense. As the ball now with number 16, Ryan Latta. Latta over to Parker McConnell. We haven't seen much of Ryan Latta. He was traded from the St. Marcus Bay Rebels. A shot there from Parker McConnell, just missing the net. And the Sackville Wolves will recover here. It's number 24 with it, Aiden Lavelle. Lavelle being pushed back over, but he one-hand scoops it all the way back to Josh Hollett. Hollett has an ISO. Hollett, face dodge, fires just wide there with number 5 in white. The ball's picked up here by Finn St. Hilaire, who's pressured there by 2 Dartmouth Bandits. He crease dives, but stepping in the crease there with number 11 in white. And there we go, Dartmouth Bandits ball. So lots of end-to-end action here, some crease dives, some shots, and some very good defense being played by both teams as they get set for the playoffs. And certainly the Sackville Wolves await their opponent. And a shot here from Ethan Firth doesn't go. Aiden Doyle standing tall here as he's done all season. A very good combo in Aiden Doyle and number 1, Zach Malcolm in the cage. And joining them just recently out of the Cambridge Junior B program up in Ontario was Finn Kelly. Josh Hollett with it now. He dishes down to number 16, Cameron McRae. The ball's moved up to Matt McCarron, who fires a rip, doesn't go. And the ball's still loose here, but picked up by the Dartmouth Bandits defense. It will be number 23 bringing it up for us here. We still don't have a number 4, but we will get certainly in a couple of minutes. Number 23 dishing it over to Oliver Scotland. Scotland face dodging, looking to try and find some room here. Oliver Scotland moving it over to number 7. Noah Gibson doesn't go, but Gibson running through the crease on the way to that loose ball. So we will go Sackville Wolves ball. As number 17 for the Sackville Wolves will dish it off to number 9, Hayden Britton. And here's a shot, Hayden Britton scores! And the Sackville Wolves draw first blood here tonight. As number 9 would be Hayden Britton. Starting it off, getting a pass from number 17 down low, Henry Mont, brother of Leo Mont. Hayden Britton just finds some open room and dishing a shot down low and beating Mitchell Glenn McLean over under the right leg guard. Just like that, the Wolves lead 1-0. As the Bandits fight for all they have here tonight. As Parker McConnell with it now. McConnell has Zach Morash on the other side. Parker McConnell around the net, onto the strong side, moving it up to Nola Compietre, and over to Oliver Scotland, who fires an underhand rip. Great leg guard save from Aidan Doyle. And Leo Mont starting up here, but pass picked off by Oliver Scotland. Looking for the quick transition. Oliver Scotland over to Parker McConnell down low. Save made, Aidan Doyle. As the ball's picked up here by number 18 for the Bandits, Cohen Hickey. Hickey down low to Zach Morash. Morash face dodging, looking to get open here. Zach Morash being pressured there by Nolan Murphy. Great stick there from number 21 in white. As Oliver Scotland with it now. As Nolan Murphy all over Zach Morash. He is playing some very good stick work on the Dartmouth Bandits offense here. Nolan Murphy, a long pole for the Dalhousie Tigers. As he will head off for a change. The ball being brought up here by Leo Mont. Mont has some wheels, as we've seen in previous games, as he dishes over to number 6 for the Sackville Wolves there. There's the ball now with Josh Hollett. And the ball back up with Nolan Kennedy, but picked off by Landon Ryan. Landon Ryan has a step. Here comes Landon Ryan, fires. Save made, Aidan Doyle again. Aidan Doyle has come up huge here tonight. This ball's going to be brought up here and passed right back off to number 16, Cameron McRae. McRae up to Nolan Kennedy. Kennedy down low to Matt McCarron, who's in front and losing the ball there. Almost trickled in there. Was Matt McCarron's shot as Chase Crooks brings up the ball here. Chase Crooks surveying his options as he dishes off to Oliver Scotland. So Oliver Scotland seeing lots of floor time here tonight as he works with Noah Gibson. Oliver Scotland was stripped there by number 23 and Dalhousie Tiger, Jamie Parkin. There's the ball now with Parker McConnell as the Bandits get it right back. Parker McConnell with it up at the top. Parker McConnell moving around the top there was number 15 in red. He dishes over to Oliver Scotland, who looks to fire. Fires a rip and scores! Oliver Scotland ties the game for the Bandits. An outside rip goes as number 8 ties the game up here at 1. And Parker McConnell surveying and finds Oliver Scotland, who tiptoes down low and fires a rip to beat Aidan Doyle down low. A low-to-low shot goes, and just like that, it's 1-1. As it will be Carter McNeil and Nolan Murphy taking the draw here tonight for us, with Thomas Cluett being traded earlier on for Zach Morash to the Mi'kmaq Warriors. It's Matt McCarron dishing off to Tim St. Hilaire. Hilaire fires a shot and it trickles around, but staying out underneath Mitchell Glenn McLean. A great save there from the goaltender in the red cage. But we will take our first media timeout of the game. But so far it's been an end-to-end action on this Friday night thriller. And welcome back here. In case you missed it, the Dartmouth Bandits and Sackville Wolves fighting at it here tonight as we find ourselves knotted up at 1 on the goal from Oliver Scotland to tie things up after the Sackville Wolves striked early on in the first period. This ball's moved around the horn here. Parker McConnell with it now. McConnell had the assist on the other goal from Oliver Scotland. Parker McConnell face dodging. McConnell firing down low. He has been noteworthy of that shot all season, trying to find room underneath and has done so a few times. As number 18, Cohen Hickey will bring it up for the Dartmouth Bandits on a fresh 30 here. Parker McConnell with it now. McConnell across the top, fires a bouncer. Doesn't go, save made by Aiden Doyle. As Doyle moving it up to number 20, Jackson Heaslett. And we found a number for the mystery player on the Dartmouth Bandits, number 23 affiliate player, Blake Demmel, on the defensive side of the ball. As Demmel on the floor here, behind captain Ben Barrero. With Josh Hollett with it now. Hollett face dodging Ben Barrero. As Ben Barrero has Finn St. Hilaire out front, and a great strip there by Blake Demmel, the aforementioned Dartmouth Bandit, our mystery player. The ball picked up here by Ben Barrero as he is pressured there by Josh Hollett. And Ben Barrero with it now, dishing it off to number 16, Ryan Latta. Latta over to Oliver Scotland. Down to the bottom of the floor there. Over to Ryan Latta. Latta firing a shot. And a great save made by Aiden Doyle as Latta fights for the ball. A very ferocious player indeed. As the ball is scooped right back up by the Dartmouth Bandits as Oliver Scotland gives chase. And the ball's picked up here by Leo Mont. Leo Mont starts up. Here comes Leo Mont as he cuts towards the front of the floor, fires and scores! Leo Mont, the individual effort. And just like that, the Sackville Wolves reclaim the lead. And Leo Mont picks up the ball down low and just turns on the Jets as he beats all of the Dartmouth Bandits defenders and cuts across on Zach Morash. And he just fires it at top corner on Mitchell Glenn McLean. As the Dartmouth Bandits looking to hang on here and make sure the Sackville Wolves don't run off with this game. As Carter McNeil and Nolan Murphy will take the draw here once again. We feel like these guys are going to be battling all night, and certainly face-offs have been a serious contributor to wins this season. As well as scooped right back to number 24, the affiliate player, Aiden Lavelle, as he moves it up to Matt McCarron. McCarron waiting for his offensive set as Finn St. Hilaire joins him on the right side of the floor. As the ball's moved over to number 16. There was Cameron McRae. McRae over to Finn St. Hilaire. Down to Matt McCarron. Over to Carter Monroe. Carter Monroe surveys his option. Fires on his offhand, looking to beat Mitch Glenn McLean, but doesn't go. He's ball being fought there by Gregor Beach as he gets a pass from Ben Barrero. And almost losing the handle there was number 19 in red there, Gregor Beach. Beach over to Nola Compitra. Being surveyed there by number 20 for the Sackville Wolves, Jackson Heaslett. Over to Oliver Scotland now. Scotland with it up to the top of the floor. He dishes over to number 7, Noah Gibson, who fires a twister, scores! Noah Gibson ties the game right back up. And Oliver Scotland getting all over the score sheet here in the first period. As Scotland waits for Noah Gibson to set a pick. And a pick and roll situation as nobody covers number 7 in red. And Noah Gibson does red, tiptoeing around the crease and putting a twister over the shoulder of Aiden Doyle to tie this game up at 2. As Carter McNeil and Nolan Murphy will fight in the draw again here. The ball picked up here by Leo Mont. Mont powering his way through. As the ball is moved around the horn and up to Matt McCarron. McCarron surveying his options. 6:55 left to go in the first period here. Still knotted up at 2. Nolan Kennedy with it now. Kennedy fires a rip. Save made by Mitchell Glenn McLean. But the ball is picked up here by number 20 for the Dartmouth Bandits, Eric Tuber. Tuber coming in here. He fires a rip, looking to beat Aiden Doyle. And the ball tipped off the Sackville Wolves player, and we will go Dartmouth Bandits ball. His ball's moved up to Oliver Scotland, already with 1 goal and 1 assist here tonight. Oliver Scotland has Zach Morash playing pick and roll with him on the other side. And here comes Oliver Scotland. He's stripped there by number 12, Etienne Chanal. As Chanal will bring it up here. Chanal surveying his options as he moves it over to number 9, Hayden Britton. This ball now with Carter Monroe. Monroe very shifty on that left side as he looks to fire an underhand rip. Fires a high to low shot. Doesn't go. Save made, Mitchell Glenn McLean. There's the ball now with Xander Collins. Collins powering his way up after being pressured there from a couple of Sackville Wolves. Xander Collins dishing it over to Ethan Firth. A couple of players playing their last games here in the likes of Ethan Firth, Ryan Latta. And a shot here from Nola Compitre, another player playing their last game. And CAF member Seamus Locke, who couldn't be here tonight. As the ball moved up to number 6, Nolan Kennedy. Nolan Kennedy over to Matt McCarron. McCarron being shadowed there by Bemberard. He fires an underhand rip just low on the right side. Doesn't go. The ball will travel all the way back down the floor. As referee, as well as hockey referee Matthew Duggan, will start to play off in the corner for the Dartmouth Bandits. As number 18, Cohen Hickey picks it up. Cohen Hickey dishing it across to Zach Morash. Morash firing down low, scores! And the former Mi'kmaq Warrior gets on the board here. And it's 3-2 Bandits. And Zach Morash has always been infamous for that shot. The high to low bouncer that we have come to know in this league so far for the last 3 years. And he beats Aiden Doyle, almost surprised him on the short side down low. And just like that, the Bandits surging here, 3-2. As Carter McNeil and Nolan Murphy battled it out once again. As Carter McNeil dishing it back. Got the ball picked up by Jackson Heaslett as he moves it up to Matt McCarron. As Cohen Hickey being credited with the assist on the goal from Zach Morash. As Carter Monroe with it now, moving it up to Matt McCarron again. McCarron fishing it back, looking for Finn St. Hilaire, doesn't go. As the ball still loose, Matt McCarron finds it, and a great save made by Mitchell Glenn McLean. Carter McNeil with it now. McNeil has his stick pelted out of his hands, but picked up by number 23, Blake Demmel, who's getting lots of floor time here. The Bandits missing a couple key pieces in the likes of Landon Basso and TJ Cornell-Nixon. As the ball sails out of play on that pass from Blake Demmel. The ball going to be brought up by Nolan Murphy as he dishes off to number 5, Josh Hollett. Hollett has tons of room on that right side. Hollett on an ISO right now as he moves it over to Nolan Kennedy. And the light trailer coming in, Finn St. Hilaire off the bench. And the ball is pelted out of the stick of number 13, Jack McCain, picked up by Xander Collins. Collins powering his way through, fires an underhand rip. A great effort there from number 22 to try and beat Aiden Doyle with the underhand rip. Ball going to be picked up by number 18, and a back over call is Corey Piper. And a delay of game call coming to number 18. Some very undisciplined penalties coming to the Sackville Wolves here. As referee Scott McMullen, Lacrosse Nova Scotia referee-in-chief, making the call here. Official-in-chief, rather. As the Dartmouth Bandits will get the first crack at the power play here, looking to pull away from the Sackville Wolves and secure the third spot against the Sackville Wolves in the ECJLL playoffs. As we have a three-way tie between the Halifax Hurricanes, St. Margaret's Bay Rebels, and your Dartmouth Bandits. As we await the whistle here, and Zach Morash will start us off. Morash dishing it over to Parker McConnell. McConnell across the floor to Oliver Scotland, firing a rip down low, but just missing the mark there with number 8, and the ball sails all the way back down the floor. And we will go Sackville Wolves ball on the back over call. Carter McNeil will hand it off to Matt McCarron. Matt McCarron now being shadowed there by number 19, Gregor Beach. McCarron just killing off time in this penalty. 3:15 left to go in the first period. Still 3-2 Bandits. As Matt McCarron with it now still. McCarron looking to fire his way towards the front of the net, firing a rip, and off the Dartmouth Bandits defender as Matt McCarron gives chase on Blake Demmel. Demmel escapes danger, and he dishes off to Oliver Scotland. So great efforts there from number 10 in white to kill off the penalty. As the ball will be passed back up to Zach Morash as he plays pick and catch with Oliver Scotland. Back up to Zach Morash and over to McConnell. McConnell through the front looking for Zach Morash, doesn't go, but Jackson Heaslip recovers it for the Wolves. Jackson Heaslip coming up the boards as he is pressured there. A hefty slash from Zach Morash. Dislodges the ball from Jackson Heaslip. And Morash all over the ball as he did for the Mi'kmaq Warriors. Wearing the assistant captain for the boys out in Colchester. As the ball now with Oliver Scotland, now to Morash and over to McConnell. Back to Morash, across to Nola Compitre. Skip pass down low, and Morash with it now. He skips it down to Ethan Firth. 5 to go left in the shot clock. Oliver Scotland fires down low. No problem there from Aiden Doyle. As Jackson Heaslip with it now. Heaslip has tons of room here. Jackson Heaslip looking to shoot, but elects not to. As Zach Morash giving chase here. Morash, as the penalty expires on the Sackville Wolves, and we will go even here with 1:35 left to go in the first period. Finn St. Hilaire looking at face dodge on his defender. Finn St. Hilaire with it still. He fires an outside rip and a fresh 30 as that one. And Leo Mott finding the ball, firing out front. Doesn't go. As the ball be picked up here by Ryan Latta. Latta being acquired here from the St. Margaret's Bay Rebels. As Ryan Latta still with it, but he loses it to number 7, Miss McNeil. McNeil surveying his options. He dishes it off to number 10, Matt McCarron. Less than a minute to go left here in the first period. The Sackville Wolves pushing for the equalizer. As the ball pitched over to Josh Hollett. Over to Matt McCarron. McCarron face dodging his defender, looking to shoot. McCarron underhand rip goes flying over the net there. And a couple extra shots from Eric Tuber down low. As Carter McNeil and Josh Hollett exchanging words there. As we will await to see what comes of that rivalry. As we could see a first round matchup here in the likes of the Dartmouth Bandits versus Sackville Wolves. As Oliver Scotland with it now. Oliver Scotland has an ISO against Nolan Murphy here on the right side. Oliver Scotland trying to face dodge around Nolan Murphy. He loses the ball, and we will go Sackville Wolves ball here as number 12, Etienne Chenal, will bring it up. And he will look to find somebody coming off the bench with 5 to go left here in the first as he dishes over to Finn St. Hilaire. Trying to get a shot off here before the time expires. Finn St. Hilaire, one-hand rip, scores! A highlight reel goal, maybe a goal of the season for Sackville. Holy smokes, what a rip from number 11 in white. As time expires here, a buzzer beater for number 11, Finn St. Hilaire goes as he was fighting his way through, and he fires it past Mitchell Glenn McLean for a goal of the season candidate here as the Sackville Wolves tied up going here into the first intermission. fans, welcome back, Lacrosse fans, to some Friday night action here in the last day of the ECJLL regular season for this second period between the visiting Sackville Wolves and the do-or-die Bandits here tonight at the in downtown Dartmouth at the Shearwater Arena as the Bandits fight to find their spot in the playoffs, looking to secure the third spot against the Sackville Wolves in the 2 versus 3 seed matchup. But nonetheless, they will have to win here tonight. Still knotted up at 3, as we will see who will come out on top in this thrill of an action-packed game. As Carter McNeil and Nolan Murphy battling in the face-off once again, as they've done all last period. The ball won back by the Sackville Wolves. It'll be number 20 picking it up for the Sackville Wolves, Jackson Heaslip. Heaslip dishing it off to Josh Hollett. Hollett over to Jack McKay. McKay down to number 16, Cameron McRae. And the ball missed the stick of Matt McCarron. And it will go Dartmouth Bandits ball. As the ball will be started up with Captain Ben Barrera, as he dishes it off to assistant captain and veteran Ethan Firth, as he moves it over to Oliver Scotland. Scotland surveying his options. He moves it down to Ethan Firth once again. Firth coming across the top, has a pick set there by Oliver Scotland, looking to give him a pass on that pick and roll attempt, but cut down there by the Sackville Wolves as Jackson Heaslip gives chase. Heaslip, brother of goaltender for the Dartmouth Bandits female squad, Faith Heaslip. As both of those individuals very good at what they do in goaltending and on the defensive side. The ball is a shot here from number 11. There was Finn St. Hilaire, doesn't go. In case you missed it, he had a highlight reel of a one-handed shot to close out the first period and knotting this game up at 3 here. The ball moved over to Nolan Kennedy. Now over to Cameron McRae. McRae over to Finn St. Hilaire, who looks to shoot. Finn St. Hilaire with some room. Fires a rip down low. Save made by Mitchell Glenn McLean. And it goes up and out of play. Glenn McLean has stood tall here in lieu of TJ Cornell Nixon. And a dunk attempt there for number 4, Carter Monroe, rather. The ball will be brought up here by the Bandits. Blake Demmel with it. Demmel moving it off to Oliver Scotland. Scotland surveying his options. Scotland over to Nola Competru, fires a shot, doesn't go. And Ethan Firth, number 22 for the Sackville Wolves. Ian McDonald getting involved there. As the Bandits only have 5 to go on the shot clock here. And Oliver Scotland rolls it over to Ethan Firth, who looked to pick that ball up and fire it. He can't do so before the shot clock expires. As Ian McDonald chasing, we will watch that rivalry unfold between number 6 in red and number 22, Ian McDonald, for the Sackville Wolves. As the ball moves over to Finn St. Hilaire, now down to Josh Hollett. Hollett moving around his defender, and a quick stick there from Jack McKay, but stepping in the crease there was number 13. He missed the cage anyway. But nonetheless, we will go Dartmouth Bandits ball. With Ryland Firth, brother of Ethan Firth, bringing it up. Firth over to number 7, Noah Gibson, who had a very nice goal on a tiptoe around the crease and a twister. Speed Aiden Doyle as he throws it behind the back pass to Oliver Scotland. Scotland moving it back out to Nola Competre and down to Parker McConnell as Cohen Hickey joins the offense. Parker McConnell fires a rib. Just missing the mark there was number 15 in red. As the ball be brought up here by number 12, Etienne Chanel. Chanel surveying his options. He moves it over to Matt McCarron and heads off for a change. Matt McCarron moving it down to Finn St. Hilaire, who has tons of room on that side. Back up to Matt McCarron, who moves around his defender and scores. An underhand rip. And you cannot leave that individual all alone like that, as he will burn you. He has been known for that outside shot all in his illustrious career here with the Sackville Wolves. As Finn St. Hilaire finding him up at the top of the floor there, and he toe drags around number 20 Eric Tuber and fires an underhand rip to beat Mitchell Gwen McLean on the left-hand side, far side. This ball will be picked up here by Parker McConnell. The Bandits will look to answer right back here to keep their playoff hopes alive and avoid the Sackville Wolves onslaught. As Nolan Pietra moving it over to Oliver Scotland. Scotland moves it over. No, Gibson fires down low. A great save there from Aiden Doyle. But Leo Mont starts up here. The all-quick Leo Mont in, fire, scores! Leo Mont puts his second away. And the Sackville Wolves are running here as Leo Mont picks up the ball once again, and just like he did in the first, turns on the Jets. He played with Team Nova Scotia for the Canada Games a couple years ago, and he is showing us just why as he fires a rip down low, beating Glenn McLean underneath the leg guards. Just like that, this game is 5-3 in favor of the boys in white. As Carter McNeil and Nolan Murphy battling in the face-off spot once again. As Jackson Heaslip picks up the ball. The face-off line for the Sackville Wolves has been very good at getting loose balls off the rip in the face-off spot. Matt McCarron moving it over to Jack McKay. McKay surveying his options as he moves it back over to Jackson Heaslip. Heaslip looking for Josh Hollett, cutting to the middle, doesn't go. As number 9, Hayden Britton will give chase. Britton already has one here tonight, but the shot clock will expire on the Sackville Wolves as Carter McNeil will bring it up here. Carter McNeil still with his Fogo stick. Moving it over to Zach Morash. Morash with it now up the top, moving it over to Nola Compizzo. Surveys his options. Moving it down, looking for Parker McConnell, doesn't go. And Parker McConnell stepped in the crease before going to get that ball. So running through the crease call charge to the Bandits. As number 23, Jamie Parkin, out of Alberta, bring it up here. Moving it over to Carter Monroe. Jamie Parkin plays with the Dalhousie Tigers in the Maritime University Field Lacrosse League, as we've mentioned previously when the Sackville Wolves were here. That Josh Hollett with it now. Another muffle player. Now for the St. FX X-Men as he fires a shot down low, looking to beat Mitchell Glenn McLean, but he shuts the door on number 5 in white. As Xander Collins moving it down to Nolicombe. Sorry, that was Ryan Latta. Latta skip pass over to Oliver Scotland. Scotland looking for Ethan Firth, but doesn't go. But Noah Gibson picks up the ball here in a fresh 30 as the ball caromed off of Aiden Doyle. Noah Gibson still with it now. Gibson looking to shoot underhand, doesn't go. He moves it over to Parker McConnell. Parker McConnell working with Ryan Latta. Parker McConnell across to Ethan Firth. Firth looking to get over the top, and he does. Over to Noah Gibson, but just missing the pass there was number 7. And Leo Mont is tripped up there, but we play on. And the Dartmouth Bandits will run out of real estate on the shot clock. And number 7 will bring it up for us, Mason McNeil. Mason McNeil with it still. As he surveys his option, moves it over to Matt McCarron. McCarron has a pick set there by Nolan Kennedy. Over to Josh Hollett now. Hollett face dodging. Here comes Josh Hollett in, fires down low, save made. Mitchell Glenn McLean. And it looks like that ball may have just gone straight out of play rather, as the ball is moved up to Eric Tuber. Across looking for Zach Morash, doesn't go, but Morash gives chase. And we will go Sackville Wolves ball on the running to the crease call charge to Zach Morash. Number 12 will bring it up. Etienne Chanel. Chanel moving it off to number 16, Cameron McRae. McRae moving it up to Carter Monroe. Monroe fires a sidearm off the glove of Glenn McLean. Great save, and Carter McNeil running his man into the boards there on the loose ball. As the ball picked up here by Nolan Kennedy. Kennedy looking for Carter Monroe, just pops up and out of play. As Carter McNeil passing it over to number 22, Xander Collins. Collins has Parker McConnell off the bench, fires, scores! Parker McConnell, he is lethal from that area, and he shows us just why, as the Alberta product makes this game 5-4. And a quick up here from the Dartmouth Bandits. And Parker McConnell straight off the bench, turns on the Jets just like Leo Mont did not so long ago, and beats Aiden Doyle down low on the far side. And this game is 5-4. The Bandits throwing everything they have at the Sackville Wolves in search of that final playoff spot. as the Halifax Hurricanes currently sit in 4th position and the St. Margaret's Bay Rebels in 3rd. If the Dartmouth Bandits were to win, they would knock out the Halifax Hurricanes and knock the St. Margaret's Bay Rebels down to 4th, as they have 2-1 lead in the season series. Parker McConnell with it now. McConnell tiptoeing around the crease. Crease dive doesn't go. Number 15 stepped in the crease there on this crease dive. As number 24, Aiden Lavelle will bring it up for us. Lavelle pushing it off to number 9, Hayden Britton. Britton over to Cameron McRae. McRae down looking for Nolan Kennedy, but here comes Hayden Britton, scores! And no goal, as number 6, Nolan Kennedy, was in the crease when the ball went in the net. So no goal for the Sackville Wolves, but Noah Gibson now. Gibson has a step in low, fires, save made. Aiden Doyle, some back-to-back action here. Some end-to-end action here, as number 12 will bring it up. Etienne Chanel for the Sackville Wolves, as he surveys his options. And we stand corrected here. Number 24 for the Sackville Wolves is Mason Cole, affiliate player, not Aiden Lavelle. And a shot here from Finn St. Hilaire doesn't go. So we will correct that for the remainder of the game. As the ball now with Matt McCarron. McCarron has Carter Monroe cutting through the middle, but elects to pass it off to Jack McKay. Over to Nolan Kennedy. So that was Cameron McRae. Now to Carter Monroe, who finds Matt McCarron out front. Save made by Glenn McLean. But the Sackville Wolves still have the extended set here, as Finn St. Hilaire with it now. St. Hilaire twister doesn't go. Finn St. Hilaire has been fantastic here tonight with the trickster shots, as we saw the one-handed shot in the first period go for a highlight reel goal. Technical difficulties there, but we are back. Certainly pleased to hear my voice, I am sure, as number 7, Mason McNeil, will start us off for the Wolves here, moving it up to number 24, Mason Cole. Cole over to Carter Monroe. Monroe down to Finn St. Hilaire. Finn St. Hilaire up to Josh Hollett. Hollett moving it across to number 16, Cameron McRae. McRae over to Carter Monroe with 9 to go in the shot clock. Carter Monroe around on his offhand, fires a bouncer up and out of play, as we will hit the 10-minute marker. But nonetheless, the Sackville Wolves still leading 5-4, as we will take a quick short break on this media timeout. welcome back here to the second half of the second period here in the final matchup of the ECJLL regular season between the Sackville Wolves and Dartmouth Bandits. Some playoff lines on the line here for the boys in red, as a win will put them in, but a loss will send them packing, as the Sackville Wolves will get charged for the moving screen. And we will go Dartmouth Bandits ball, as the ball being brought up here and passed to Nola Compitre, but he stepped in the crease before getting a loose ball on that missed pass. But we will go Sackville Wolves ball, as the ball now with Nolan Kennedy. There's the ball now with Nolan Kennedy, moved up to Cameron McRae, sorry Hayden Britton, and over to Josh Hollett, now down to Matt McCarron. McCarron moving on his man. McCarron fires a rip, and a hefty pick there, set by number 5, Josh Hollett. As the ball will be brought up here by number 19, Gregor Beach. This ball now with Ben Barrero. Barrero surveying his options as he moves it over to Oliver Scotland. Scotland across the floor to Nola Compitre. Down low to Parker McConnell. McConnell up top to Oliver Scotland. Scotland looking to feed it right back to Ethan Firth, doesn't go. And we will go Sackville Wolves ball, as number 20, Jackson Heaslip, will bring it up for us. Heaslip being pressured there by veteran. And a great check there. And Ethan Firth will head off on the race here. Ethan Firth fires. And where's the ball? Went off the goaltender. And a couple of great defensive plays here, as the ball will be fought for by both sides in the corner. As we have more than 3 players for each side battling for this loose ball, as the shot clock still draining down on the Dartmouth Bandits. And the ball squirts loose and picked up by Mason Cole. Cole will bring it up. And a pick there, picked off by number 19, Gregor Beach. Beach will look to shoot. Beach moving in, as he elects to wait for reinforcements. Dishing it off to Nola Compitre. He has Zach Morash and Oliver Scotland joining him. And we have it running through the crease. Charge to the Dartmouth Bandits, and we'll go Sackville Wolves ball. This ball is moved up to Nolan Murphy. Murphy being pressured there by Ben Barrera. Murphy up top to Jack McKay. McKay moves it down to Carter Monroe. Monroe has a great pick set there by Nolan Kennedy. Kennedy out front, firing, save made, Mitchell Glenn McLean. And some rigorous checking here from both sides, as we have not seen a penalty call here tonight. But we may have just jinxed that. The commentator's curse, as Blake Demmel will go off. And Carter Monroe will join him. So just like that, the curse of the commentator comes into play here, as the first penalties will be called here to number 23 affiliate player Blake DeMille, and Carter Monroe. Holding the stick call charged to Carter Monroe, and an illegal cross-check called on Blake DeMille. As Sackville Wolves will start off with the ball here. And 4-on-4 we will go. So tons of room on the floor, which may or may not be good for the Dartmouth Bandits, with a couple quick players in the likes of Josh Hollett and Jack McKay, as well as Nolan Kennedy. As Matt McCarron with it now. That heavy outside shot. Matt McCarron over to Nolan Kennedy. Kennedy looking to try his share, but moving it across and skips it over to Matt McCarron. McCarron being pressured there by Carter McNeil as he rips it sidearm. Save made, Mitchell Glenn McLean. As Carter McNeil, Ryland Firth all over Matt McCarron. As McCarron will scoop up the loose ball. A great one-handed grab there. As we will play on here. Jack McKay with it now. McKay face dodges all alone. Jack McKay scores! Number 13, Jack McKay, puts one home, and restoring the 2-goal lead with number 13 in white. Jack McKay beat his man clean on the way to the net, as he was being shadowed there by Xander Collins. And Xander Collins taking one step to the inside, and Jack McKay beats Mitchell Glenn McLean down low. Just like that. this game is 6-4. As Nolan Murphy and Carter McNeil will battle it out once again with 6:16 left to go in the second period. The Sackville Wolves up 6-4 on the Dartmouth Bandits. As Parker McConnell with it now. McConnell being shadowed there by his Mossville teammate, Nolan Murphy. As he passes it across to Oliver Scotland. Scotland being pressured there by number 3, Leo Mont. As the ball now with Parker McConnell. McConnell across the top, fires a rip off a Sackville Wolf. And out of play. And we will go Dartmouth Bandits ball as Oliver Scotland will start us off again. Still 4-on-4. Oliver Scotland with it now. Scotland being pressured there by Leo Mont. Oliver Scotland looking for Ethan Firth, but the ball picked off here by Jackson Heaslip. Heaslip off to the races. He looks to go all the way. He slips and thought that may have gone in, but off the bar there was Jackson Heaslip. So he beat Mitchell Glenn McLean, but couldn't beat the bar. As Nola Compitra with it now. He has Ryan Latta working with him on the left side. Here comes Nola Compitra. Great stick there from number 17, Henry Mont, brother of Leo Mont. So you got two little brothers out there for the Sackville Wolves. And a shot there from Noah Gibson, blocked by Jackson Heaslip, and another underhand rip from number 7 in red, doesn't go. Aiden Doyle standing tall here for the Sackville Wolves, looking to carry some momentum going into the playoffs against their awaited matchup. There's the ball now with Cameron McRae. McRae moving it up to Carter Monroe. Monroe toe dragging around his defender, looking to fight towards the front, and a big hit there from number 21 was Quinn Gibson. Great hit there. The ball will be brought up here to very nifty quick stick there from Gregor Beach. The defender looking to beat Aiden Doyle on the shovel from a little far out on his offhand. The ball will be moved up to Oliver Scotland. Oliver Scotland, we're even here, 5-on-5. Scotland looking for Parker McConnell behind the back. Save made, Aiden Doyle. The ball recovered there by Zach Morash. Morash loses it on the effort from Jamie Parkin. And a back in call charged to the Sackville Wolves as Jamie Parkin kicked it back in the crease. And the ball will be moved up to Oliver Scotland. Scotland directing his players on the floor, setting up the set he wants. Oliver Scotland with it now. Oliver Scotland firing down low, doesn't go as he tries to find the loose ball, jumping through the crease. But Aiden Doyle coming up huge here. There's the ball now with number 9 for the Sackville Wolves, Hayden Britton. Britton moves it off to Cameron McRae. McRae down low, firing up, bouncer goes wide as they will fight for the ball, and Blake DeMille will come out with it. DeMille has been very good in transition, getting the ball up the floor. Blake DeMille still with it. He dishes off to Nola Compitra. Pete still with it. Pete has Cohen Hickey on that side with him, playing pick and roll here. And running through the crease, charge to the Dartmouth Bandits. And we will go Sackville Wolves ball. As here comes Jackson Heaslip. With 3:09 left to go in the second. Playoff lives on the line here for the Dartmouth Bandits, as they need a win to secure the final playoff berth. As a shot here from Jack McKay rings the iron. And the ball will be picked up here by number 17, Chase Crooks. So that close to making it 7-4 for the Wolves was number 13 in white, as he'll be stranded on the defensive side of the ball. Zach Morash with it now. Morash working on Jack McKay. Zach Morash losing the handle there, and the ball heads right back over for a back over call. So some costly turnovers here for the Dartmouth Bandits, as they need all they can get against the defending champion Sackville Wolves. As Wolves looking to kickstart a quick stick here, doesn't go. The ball now with Matt McCarron up towards the top. As the ball's moved down to Hayden Britton. Britton looking over to Matt McCarron. McCarron cross, fires a rip. And the ball's blocked there. As Aiden Doyle will come up with it. Aiden Doyle dishing the ball up to number 16, Cameron McRaven, picked off by Parker McConnell. Parker McConnell coming in here on number 12. Mason McNeil off the iron was number 15 in red. So some back-to-back action here as the ball now being sailed down to number 22, Ian McDonald, who found himself all alone, just couldn't recover the pass. But here comes Carter McNeil. McNeil being pressured there by number 12, Etienne Chanel. And the Bandits will settle the play down here with 1:33 left to go in the second period. Oliver Scotland with it now. Scotland across. Ryan Latta fires an underhand rip. Ryan Latta has been known for those underhand rips and those bursts of speed. And the ball will be quickly played up here to Leo Mont. But will travel all the way down to Mitchell Glenn McLean. Ben Barrero will bring it up now. Barrero looks off a pass to Blake DeMille. And moves it off to Nola Pizza on the offensive side of the ball. Pizza fires it down. A bouncer on Aiden Doyle doesn't go. And Doyle looking for somebody heading towards the bench, doesn't go, and off from Dartmouth Bandit. So we will go Sackville Wolves ball as the ball went out of play off Blake DeMille's stick. And Jackson Heaslip start us off here. Heaslip getting some reps on both sides of the ball here tonight as we get into the last minute of the second period. This ball now with Nolan Kennedy. He moves it over to Jack McKay. McKay takes a hefty slash up top and a penalty coming up to the Dartmouth Bandits as it will be Eric Tuber, I believe, going off. And Jack McKay taking the brunt of everything heading through the middle. And the Dartmouth Bandits late in the second here will go off and will go short-handed. But for how long, we wonder, as that slash was straight to the helmet. The possible slash calls could be a 2 or a 5, for a high stick rather, and it'll just be the 2 for the slash, as the intensity is taken into consideration when making a slashing or a high stick call when touching or contacting the helmet. As the ball be started off here with Josh Hollett, as the Wolves will look to extend their lead heading into the third and put the Bandits away for good for this season. As well now with Nolan Kennedy across to Matt McCarron. McCarron down to Finn St. Hilaire. Up to Matt McCarron. Over to Josh Hollett. Over to Matt McCarron. Back up to Josh Hollett. Firing a rip. And a save made by Mitchell Glenn McLean. And Carter McNeil will have 5 seconds to get up the floor here as he gives chase and be hit by Finn St. Hilaire. But time will expire. Nonetheless, the Bandits are 20 minutes away from their season ending, being down 6-4 here to the Sackville Wolves, as they will look to claw back and see if they can come out on top and secure that final playoff berth after the second intermission. Welcome back, Lacrosse fans, to the final 20 minutes of the ECJLL regular season between the team that is locked into a playoff spot and one that hopes they can find a way to clinch the last playoff berth, the likes of the Dartmouth Bandits. It's all on the line here as 20 minutes separate these two teams, one from absolute glory and one from potential upset, as the Dartmouth Bandits number 10, Carter McNeil, will battle it out against number 21, Nolan Murphy, as we've seen all night here. Face-off so important this season, as both these guys have given it their all in this final thriller in the 2026 ECJLL regular season, as the St. John Rapids and the Sackville Wolves already locked up in the first and second respective spots, and the third and fourth still being decided on that three-way tie with the Halifax Hurricanes, Dartmouth Bandits, and St. Margaret's Bay Rebels, as the Rebels are also clinched into the playoffs. As the ball will be moved around the horn here for the Sackville Wolves. Matt McCarron with it now, firing down low, save made by Mitchell Glenn McLean, as the Dartmouth Bandits still short-handed on that slash call. Charge to number 23, Blake DeMille. And Carter McNeil fighting his way through, trying to get the loose ball back as he pressures Josh Hollett. But we'll get right back into the defensive box structure, as Josh Hollett with it now, playing quarterback on this power play. He moves it over to Carter Monroe, who fires an underhand rip, and a save made from the Cape Breton goaltender. Cape Breton native, rather, and Dartmouth Bandits goaltender, Richard Gwen McLean, as he was acquired from the Mi'kmaq Warriors, as well as TJ Colonel Nixon. As Parker McConnell with it now. McConnell will kill off the final remaining seconds to this penalty. Parker McConnell has 10 to go left on the shot clock. McConnell has Nolan Pizza setting his pick for him as he looks to shoot, firing a bouncer. That one almost went for a rip on the short side of Abe Doyle. As Nolan Murphy pitching it off to Matt McCarron, and the Dartmouth Bandits have killed off the penalty. Matt McCarron with it now. McCarron waits for his structure to come out here on the offensive side as he fires a rip down low. Just missing the mark there. As number 10 in white. The ball will travel all the way back down the floor And the Sackville Wolves will be charged with the back over call. As number 8, Oliver Scotland will start us off in the corner. Oliver Scotland working on Leo Mont, who already has 2 here tonight in transition. As he moves it over, Noah Gibson fires and scores! Noah Gibson! And the lead is now down to 1. And here come the Bandits. As Oliver Scotland and Noah Gibson working the 2-man game on the right side. A pick and roll, just like we saw in the first period between these two. Oliver Scotland improves to 3 points on the night as Noah Gibson beats Aiden Doyle down low to make this game 6-5. Tons of action already starting up here with 18:05 left to go in the second. Both sides battling it out in the face-off draw in the likes of Carter McNeil and Nolan Murphy. As Jack McKay picks it up for the Wolves. As he dishes over to number 9, Hayden Britton. Britton looking for his partner, Cameron McRae. And the ball will be picked up here by Blake DeMille. Blake moving it over to Cohen Hickey. Cohen Hickey over to Parker McConnell. McConnell has an ISO there. As Parker McConnell, swim move over. Parker McConnell fires. Save made, Aiden Doyle. He keeps the lead for the Wolves. As he has been outstanding here tonight for the Sackville Wolves. And here comes Jackson Heaslett. Heaslett being pressured there by Ben Barrero. As he dishes a shovel pass across, looking for Matt McCarron, but picked up by the Wolves again. As he moves up to Matt McCarron again. McCarron over to Jackson Heaslett. With 8 to go in the shot clock. Jackson Heaslett fires a shot over the net, doesn't go. And the ball will tear him off in the corner. And Blake DeMille will start us off here. DeMille, a sky-high pass over to Ben Barrero. As he moves it up to Oliver Scotland. And the Bandits will set up on the offense. As Nolan Peath play with it now. Peath comes across, fires a rip. Blocked there by Nolan Murphy. Nolan Murphy has been an essential part to the Sackville Wolves defense for a number of years now. And the ball will be picked up here by Zach Morash. A fresh 30 here for the Bandits. Morash being pressured by the aforementioned Nolan Murphy. Morash dishing it back to Parker McConnell. McConnell has some room here. Parker McConnell elects to turn back. And he fires a rip down low. Looking to catch Aiden Doyle sleeping, doesn't go. And the ball will be pressured here. The Dartmouth Bandits giving it all they have on the offensive pressure. But Leo Mont escapes with the ball. Mont with some wheels as we've seen, and very shifty individual indeed on the transition. Josh Hollett with it now. Hollett has tons of room to go underneath. Hollett face dodging down as he moves it up to Nolan Kennedy and over to Cameron McRae. McRae up to Josh Hollett as they have to shoot here. And Josh Hollett firing a rip off the glove of Richard Webb McLean. And the Sackville Wolves will recover the ball. As Hayden Britton waits for his offensive set to come back on the floor. Some confusion there with the Sackville Wolves bench. Josh Hollett with it now. Hollett fires a rip. Sidearm doesn't go, he gets it back. And face dodges. Josh Hollett fires a bouncer. And that one goes up and out of play. So the Dartmouth Bandits will start us off here. 15:21 left to go. Maybe in the Bandits season. As they are down 6-5 here. As the St. Margaret's Bay Rebels await to see if they must travel down to St. John or if the Halifax Hurricanes will pack it up and head down for game 1 tomorrow. As a shot here from Noah Gibson. He's looking for his second, Sawyer's third of the game. The ball will be picked up by Jamie Parkin. Stripped there by Parker McConnell. McConnell across looking for Oliver Scotland. Back up top looking for Nolan Heathcote. Doesn't go. But Parker McConnell picks up the ball again as he works on Mason McNeil. Parker McConnell very shifty. He fires a bouncer off the bar. Parker McConnell so close to tying this game up for the Bandits as they are pushing and surging here on the offensive side of the ball. As the ball will be moved up with Mason Cole. But some confusion here, and the ball travels right back over. But it deflected off the Dartmouth Bandit. However, they recover the ball as Blake DeMille brings it up here. Blake DeMille getting a lot of floor time here for the Dartmouth Bandits. As he moves it off to Ryan Latta. Latta fires a rip, and off the post was Ryan Latta. The St. Margaret's Bay Rebel, former St. Margaret's Bay Rebel, Ryan Latta looking to find the twine and just beating Aiden Doyle, but couldn't beat the bar. As Oliver Scotland with it now. Scotland has an ISO on the right side with Jackson Heaslett. Oliver Scotland working on his defender as he goes underneath. Dishes a shovel across looking for somebody. Doesn't go. And we have a penalty coming up to the Sackville Wolves. Sorry, it would be the Dartmouth Bandits. An illegal cross-checking call coming to number 16, Ryan Latta, looks like. Rather, we know the Compita heading off for the 2-minute call. But nonetheless, Bandits down a man as they still trail 6-5 with 13:38 left to go in the third period, which could be the last of their season if they do not tie this game up quickly. Sackville Wolves will charge forward here on the power play as Carter Monroe with it now. He has Josh Hollett and a nifty behind the back pass there from Carter Monroe. Not unlike what we've seen before. Carter Monroe very shifty as he fires a rip down low. A save made by Mitchell Glenn McLean on the shifty number 4 in white. Matt McCarron with it now. McCarron pushing it over to Jack McKay, looking for Carter Monroe out front as he is pushed into the crease. And Ben Barrero getting tied up with number 4 in white. And the ball now with Ben Barrero. Barrero will start up here. Ben Barrero moving it up to Parker McConnell. Ben Barrero will head off into a change as the Dartmouth Bandits conserving the energy of their top guys. As Ryan Latta comes flying off the bench. Ball now with Ethan Firth. Moving over to Parker McConnell. McConnell down low as he has to shoot here with 5 to go left on the shot clock behind the back towards the corner. And a great kill there for the Dartmouth Bandits with 55 left to go in the penalty to number 11, Noah Compitra, for the illegal cross check. Josh Hollett with it now. He plays quarterback on the power play again here. Moves it down to Jack McKay. Pass back up to Carter Monroe. Monroe fakes a pass once, twice. Moving over to Finn St. Hilaire. Now to Matt McCarron. Assistant captain trying to get around the top. Moving over to Carter Monroe. Monroe fires a high to low, doesn't go. And it nicked Mitchell Glenn McLean on the way through. So fresh 30 here for the Sackville Wolves. 20 to go left in the penalty to number 11 in red. 11:54 left to go in the third. Bandits still down by 1. And a great pressure there from Ben Barrero as a penalty coming up to Josh Hollett here. Clear as day as he held the stick of Ben Barrero. Barrero being pressured there. And some tensions here. And Carter McNeil getting involved with Josh Hollett as he will go off for holding the stick. And the Dartmouth Bandits will have a golden opportunity here on the undisciplined penalty to Josh Hollett. As they send out all their big guns in the likes of Noah Compitra, Oliver Scotland, Zach Morash, Parker McConnell, and the ever-dangerous Cohen Hickey down low on the crease. Parker McConnell will play quarterback on this power play. He dishes over to Noah Compitra on the left side. Parker McConnell still with it over to Oliver Scotland. Back to Scotland as they play pick and catch. Noah Compitra now with it. And that one almost went in there, but a great save by the leg guard of Aiden Doyle. Ball moved back up to Parker McConnell. McConnell behind the back to Noah Compitra, who fires a shot. Save made. Aiden Doyle once again. Doyle absolutely denying the Dartmouth Bandits here as he stands tall. As Parker McConnell firing a rip goes high and wide, and a back overcall charge. So the Bandits trying to find some momentum here as Aiden Doyle has been uneasy and unable to solve here. As Jack McKay with it now. He's pressured there by Blake DeMille. DeMille has to be careful on that free hand holding Jack McKay. As Riley Firth runs Jack McKay into the boards. And ball now with Nolan Kennedy as he kills off some seconds in this power play. And they are pressured there. Riley Firth and Blake DeMille running their man into the ground was Jack McKay. Oliver Scotland with it now as the Dartmouth Bandits set up on the offense, looking for the equalizer. Parker McConnell with it now. Zach Morash playing quarterback on this power play. Over to Oliver Scotland, firing down low. And Oliver Scotland trying to fool Aiden Doyle. Doesn't go. As Oliver Scotland with it now, looking for the skip across the crease there and a quick stick, but no, Compita finds the ball right back. Parker McConnell with it now, fires, scores! Parker McConnell, his second of the night, ties the game up at 6. And some great play here from the Dartmouth Bandits, especially recovering the missed pass. As Nolan Compita drags his defender, both defenders, down a little bit. That gives Parker McConnell enough room to shoot around and top corner on Aiden Doyle. And just like that, we have a tie game here, folks, as we will head into our third and final media timeout. And here we go in downtown Dartmouth at the Shearwater Arena, the third and final half of the third period. With 9:55 left to go in the third, the Bandits just tying the game up at 6, battling for their playoff lives here tonight. On a goal from Parker McConnell, his second of the night, but Leo Mott will collect the ball for the Sackville Wolves. Oliver Scotland and Nola Compita getting the assists on that goal. Carter Monroe works around the outside now. Carter Monroe still with it. Monroe fires an underhand rip, and Mitchell Glenn McLean makes the save as Ben Barrero bring it up here. Ben Barrero still with it. Barrero looking to maybe go towards the net, but elects to go off to the side. Ben Barrero still with it as he dishes off to Noah Gibson. Gibson dropping the ball, but is recovering it just as quick. Moving it over to Cohen Hickey with 9 to go left in the shot clock. Cohen Hickey fires an underhand rip, and that one deflected off a player. Ryan Latta gives chase. Latta across the top, fires a rip, doesn't go. As Carter Monroe will start us off here. Monroe with the light stick there on the offense as he plays hidden ball trick with Josh Hollett and heads off for a change. Hollett moving it over across to number 16 for the Sackville Wolves there was Cameron McRae. As Hayden Britton with it now over to Matt McCarron. McCarron in, fires, and missing the mark there was number 10 in white. Doesn't go. And the ball will be brought up by number 19, Gregor Beach, as he dishes off to recent goal scorer Parker McConnell out of Alberta, good lacrosse player. That's Parker McConnell moving around the horn here as he dishes over to Noah Gibson. Gibson surveying his options as he drops the ball. And the Dartmouth Bandits having a lot of drops here on the offensive side of the ball as he pressures Ian McDonald with a couple hefty slashes there with number 7 in red. Carter Monroe with it now. Monroe working on his defender there, Ben Barrero, as he plays switch in here. Josh Hollett with it now. The Santa FX X-Men surveys his options. Move it over to Matt McCarron. McCarron firing an underhand low to high off the shoulder of Mitchell Gwen McLean. And 7:42 left to go in the third. He keeps his game knotted up at 6. This ball now down in the corner with Josh Hollett. Hollett moving it up to Carter Monroe. Monroe over to Cameron McRae. McRae over to Hollett. Hollett over the top looking for Matt McCarron. And they can't find the ball. Matt McCarron, a quick stick on the crease, doesn't go. As Ben Barrero with it now. As he brings it up for the Dartmouth Bandits. Ben Barrero moving it off to number 16, Ryan Latta. Latta hit the post earlier on this period as he fires an underhand rip once again. Doesn't go. Parker McConnell trying to recover the ball here. And a battle for it in the corner. 6 to go left on the shot clock for the Bandits. As number 17 will run his man down was Ethan Firth. Number 17, Henry Mont, brother of Leo Mont. As Jamie Parkin will bring the ball up here. Jamie Parkin moving it off to Finn St. Hilaire. St. Hilaire awaits reinforcements from the bench. Number 22, Ian McDonald coming off. But Finn St. Hilaire with it now. Ito drags around. Trying to get to the net, firing a one-handed rip, as we've seen before here. But the Dartmouth Bandits looking to try and get the ball out before the 10 seconds expires. As the ball's moved up to Gregor Beach. And the 10-second demon comes back to haunt the Dartmouth Bandits as they can't get the ball up the floor in 10 seconds. Jackson Heaslip with it now. Moving it over to number 4, Carter Monroe. Monroe down to Nolan Kennedy. Nolan Kennedy around the horn. Skips it over to Josh Hollett. Hollett up to Matt McCarron on the quarterback spot. Matt McCarron down to the shooter, now down to the crease. Over to Josh Hollett, who face dodges Membrero. Fires an underhand rip bouncer, and an easy save there for Mitchell Gwen McLean. He only had to drop down just a little bit. Carter McNeil will bring it up for the Bandits. 5:40 left to go in the third. Still knotted up at 6. Playoff lives on the line here tonight for the boys in red. As the ball is picked off there, and it'll be number 17, Henry Mont, coming down here. He fires, and it goes in. Henry Mont, just like his brother, comes down in transition and puts the Sackville Wolves up 6-7, or 7-6, rather. As Henry Mont charging down the floor. All Bandits giving chase. And he beats Mitchell Gwen McLean down low, just like that. They give Sackville the 7-6 lead, or 6-7, depending on how you look at it. As Nolan Murphy and number 8, Oliver Scotland, will battle it out in the face-off draw now in lieu of Carter McNeil. As veteran official Scott McMullen, fresh off his European Box Lacrosse Championship tour, representing Nova Scotia on the officiating side. As number 15, Parker McConnell, starts us off here with Oliver Scotland firing an underhand rip, doesn't go. The Bandits have 5 minutes left here to tie things up and push themselves into the playoffs. As Jackson Heaslip with it now. Heaslip moving it up to number 11, Finn St. Hilaire. Finn St. Hilaire over to Cameron McRae. McRae across to Jackson Heaslip. Heaslip over to Ian McDonald. McDonald fires an underhand rip and a leg guard save there from Mitchell Gwen McLean, as number 20, Eric Tuber, will start us off here. Tuber across to Blake DeMille. DeMille finding Zach Morash off the bench. Over to Parker McConnell. Parker McConnell with it now. McConnell surveys his options. Parker McConnell has the ball stripped and still being fought for as he finds it right back. But running past it there was Parker McConnell, and the shot clock will expire on the Dartmouth Bandits. As number 24, Mason Cole, will start us off here for the Sackville Wolves. Move it off to McCarron. McCarron, the assistant captain for the Sackville Wolves. As captain Will Normando out for tonight's game, along with heavy hitter and heavy shooter Cameron Waite. There's the ball now with Matt McCarron. McCarron over to Finn St. Hilaire, and the quick stick doesn't go. Great save there from Mitchell Gwen McLean. As 3:30 left to go in the Bandits season so far. Down 1 goal. As number 10, Matt McCarron with it now. Moving it over to Carter Monroe. Monroe over the top, fires a rip, and a save made by backup goaltender, but filling in for TJ Cornelius, Mitchell Gwen McLean, as he has been stellar here tonight. As Nola Compitre comes in on Jamie Parkin. Parkin has a heavy pick set by Parker McConnell. As the ball goes right back over, and Nola Compitre couldn't save it from going back. And Leo Mont will start us off here. Mont working on Ben Barrero. 2:54 left to go in the third. Still 7-6 for the Sackville Wolves. The Wolves move it over to Matt McCarron. McCarron working on Ben Barreros. He finds a way towards the front. Doesn't go. And charging up the floor is Eric Tuber. And looks like we have a call coming up here to the Sackville Wolves. It will be an illegal substitution call, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody came on the floor a little early, and the Dartmouth Bandits with 2:29 here left to go. Certainly a golden opportunity, and maybe their last, to try and get back in this game and tie things up at 7. As they give out all their heavy hitters on the floor right now, as Zach Morash playing quarterback on this power play with Nola Compita and Park McConnell down at the crease, and Oliver Scotland on the shooter with Ethan Firth down on the crease to the right of us up here. Park McConnell across the top, fires a rip off the shoulder, doesn't go. And the Bandits will battle for the ball here as they battle for their playoff lives. The ball with Leo Mont. Mont will charge up the floor here as Park McConnell gets chased. Park McConnell giving them all they can handle. Park McConnell with 1:57 left to go in the third. Still 7-6. Here comes Leo Mont. Mont tiptoeing around the crease with 10 to go in the shot clock. He is pressured there by Ben Barrero. Leo Mont, crease dive, and he stepped in the crease. That ball almost went in there, but nonetheless, Scott McMullen was right there to make the crease call. And Park McConnell with it now as they await their offensive set to come and join them. Park McConnell over to Oliver Scotland, up to Park McConnell. McConnell down to Zach Morash. Quick stick doesn't go, but Oliver Scotland with it now. Bouncer tips off the Sackville Wolves player. And Nola Compita will start us off here. As Park McConnell over to Nola Compita, who fires an underhand rip. Blocked again there as Cohen Hickey getting a ball back for the Dartmouth Bandits now up to Oliver Scotland. Scotland firing it over, looking for the skip. Won't go. And Parker McConnell will pick up the ball as he fires a quick stick over there. Zach Morash won't go. 15.3 to go left in the third. Still a 1-goal lead for the Sackville Wolves as time expiring on the Bandits season here. As number 4, Carter Monroe with it now. The Bandits will double the ball, triple the ball rather, as they have to get it back soon here. Carter Monroe tiptoeing around the crease, looking to dunk it, and he stepped in the crease. And the Dartmouth Bandits will call a timeout here to discuss their plans for the rest of this game. And here we go with 24.9 left to go in the third. Still the Dartmouth Bandits down by 1 with a score of 7-6 as Zach Morash will start us off in the crease with 24 seconds left to go in the Dartmouth Bandits season here so far, if things do not change. But they will throw everything they have. 6-on-5 here with Mitchell Glenn McLean out of the net. Oliver Scotland moving it around the horn as Parker McConnell with it behind the net. The Bandits have to go quick. Moving it up to Zach Morash, doesn't go. And the Sackville Wolves will pick up the ball here. They'll pick back up. And that will do it. The Dartmouth Bandits just coming up oh so short. And that will be the end of their season. So the Halifax Hurricanes will pack their bags and head down to St. John to face the Founders Cup hosts in the St. John Rapids. And the St. Margaret's Bay Rebels will face the Sackville Wolves in the 2 versus 3 matchup in search of the Garnet Night Cup. But as for the Bandits, their season comes to a close here with a 6-7 loss to the Sackville Wolves. But it has been an honor here for us up in the booth here, Noah and Tanner, bringing you all the action for the Dartmouth Bandits all this season. We hope to see you all next season. But from the Shearwater Arena for the final time this season, have a good night.